Hey my friends, it's been a while. Also, hi to new friends. My name is Monique. Right before the pandemic, I spent a whole year touring around Australia in a Toyota Land Cruiser named Alta. Then I brought it to Canada and ended up with the other story where I rolled into Arctic. Being back in Melbourne, life looks a bit different without a four-wheel drive, though the itch of getting out there still needs some scratching. A few hours out of town, there's a place known for penguins viewing. Basically, you had to pay over $100 to see little penguins returning to their homes at dusk. But that's not what I'm here for. Being in touch with nature shouldn't have a price tag on them. The only thing I pay is fuel.
Can you imagine having this massive beach all to yourself?
Because nature is free, you just have to get there. So let's go. I will take you there.
First thing first, we gotta fill up. So normally in Canada, when you fill up, right, you can just use your card at the machine. You don't have to go inside at all unless you want to buy something or use the bathroom. Whereas here, you pump your fuel first and then you go inside to pay, which I think is kind of not really efficient because everybody end up leaving their vehicle at the machine. And you have a huge lineup inside too. The smart thing about that, I guess, is once you're inside, there's more possibility you're going to buy something.
For example, this day coffee I grabbed from the server. Don't judge, I love them. Can't find anything similar in Canada.
So I was just looking on the map and found this place that have a feeding event for pelicans.
The Fishermen's Co-op feed the pelicans daily, not only to feed the hungry fish-loving birds and entertain the crowd, but also to help educate the public in regards to the pelicans, their diet, lifestyle, and how we can help protect these Australian iconic species. This area is also known for large stingrays. Look, there's one creeping in the shallow, picking up the crumbs left by the bird.
Yeah, just look how many people behind it. It's quite must see, I guess, if you're in the area.
Now the birds are fed, it's about time to grab a bite for myself. Yo, there's Chinese food. Let's go!
Yeah, just kidding. I didn't come this far just to eat Chinese food. In fact, I do have a spot pinned that I want to take you guys to, and this is something that you sort of have to try while visiting Australia. And since I stopped eating meat, it has been a little tricky for me. But before, I would usually get the steak and pepper or steak and mushroom. Those are usually the best from any bake store. You probably guessed it, I'm talking about Australian pie. And this one bakery that I pinned, they've got scallop pie, so it's something I can eat because I'm a pescatarian now. Basically means I don't eat anything that run on the land, but I do eat stuff in the water. So let's give this place a try. Oh, before that, we will cross the bridge where we're standing right under it when we're watching the pelican. So that should be really cool because it's just one bridge across the ocean getting into the Phillip Island. But since I don't have all of my camera gear with me, I can't really take any nice shot while we're on the bridge. I didn't bring a GoPro to film driving scene while in the car, and sort of sitting in a sedan, your viewpoint is lower too. I feel like I don't see as much compared to an SUV or a lifted truck. But the good thing is we corner really good. It can drive pretty fast, and overall handling is really smooth and firm. No body roll. That was great.
Way to your destination, there will be roads with incomplete data.
During my 2019 trip, I basically ate through the bakeries along the way. So what you do, they come with the tomato sauce, and yes, this is a tomato sauce, it's not ketchup. How we normally have our ketchup package, it's a package you tear it, right? Whereas this you squeeze in a really specific way. I'll show you. I've never seen this packaging before Australia. Apparently Japan has the same package too, but I've never been, so wouldn't know. What I have seen though is Canadian friends visiting me and trying to figure this out the first time, ending up squirting tomato sauce all over her face. It was a good laugh. Fast forward my eating and let's get back on the road. There's still heaps to see.
Holy shit. I have to fucking angle this one out.
The exit was a bit steep. Would never been an issue if I was in my usual vehicle, you know?
Fuck.
In 400 meters, roundabout ahead, and then the second exit onto Phillip Highland Road.
Roundabout. Australians love roundabouts. Way more roundabout here than back home.
The second exit ahead.
Which means drive straight. So we are going into the very end of Phillip Island. There is some interesting rock formations and sort of the end of the world feel, where the earth just ends and it's endless ocean that you see.
If only I could finish something, run straight through to the end, close a chapter dignified. Dang girl, you did it again. But will it ever be enough when I'm bent on trying to keep it tough? Will I ever settle down, happy with the here and now? When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough?
Okay, I've never been to Iceland, but I feel like this is very, very similar. Just the way how the land is covered by green and patches of yellow and the sheer black rock right by the ocean. If you followed me for a while, you probably noticed my choice of music usually delivers a message. If you haven't figured out this one yet, hold tight and I will tell you.
Of trying to keep myself real tough. Will I ever settle down, steady even when it gets loud? When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough? When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough? If only I could find a way
To stay here and to call it home. Riding dirt road in a misfit car, I do wonder, what does it take to get here? Alright, so this is another sort of beachside walk. We're walking to see a rock called Pyramid Rock. Apparently it looks like a pyramid.
Maybe you could settle down, happy with the way it is now.
Often, farm life and ocean life can't be combined. That isn't the case here. These cattle have the private oceanfront view many humans could only dream of.
Ever be enough, ever be enough. When will it ever be enough?
Okay, so I am in a souvenir shop trying to find a fridge magnet because that's the only thing, basically the only thing I buy everywhere. Okay, there they are. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take this one. Whoa. Look at that, that's where the sun is, sort of just peeking through the cloud. It's so good, so good. I am very glad that I made the trip out. even though a bit of a dirt road. A little sedan made it alright. Just okay. I almost forgot that you can get to a lot of places in just a normal sedan. I was too used to relying on a four-wheel drive. Felt very handicapped not having one right now. Then I remembered, how do most people go out and relax? There's so many places you can get to without crawling ditches. Places like this beach, one of the best surfing spots in Australia. We are almost running out of daylight, so the beach is extremely quiet. I reckon it's a perfect time to update about my hiatus. Australia has always been my healing place. In the last few months, I spent some quality time offline with family. Reconnected to what I've missed through all the soloing. The idea of moving here started to solidify. I want to spend more time with family. I still enjoy my alone time, don't get me wrong, but maybe I'm getting to the age where I'm more accepting to the difference of my culture. So instead of running away from the old pack, I try to coexist. Being the black sheep of the family is by no means easy. I had to constantly fight the balance of recognizing their value while staying true to myself. No one in my family loved the outdoors or hands-on skills as much as I do, but I can't let that be the reason of my missing their life while I chase mine. Visiting family means I'll be away from my four-wheel drives for a while, so if I have to take a sedan as temporary transportation while visiting them, I'll take it. Can you imagine having this massive beach all to yourself? There is no one other than the two surfers on the water, but just like no one on the beach, and the stretch it's so long too. Wow, this is so cool. 4.2 kilometers long, southwest facing beach. How's that to end the day? I always prefer west facing beach than the east coast because the sun sets towards the water instead of behind it. You know, like Bondi Beach. So yes, I have my favorite type of sunset now, but feeling extremely bare, especially without a four-wheel drive or a camping setup. And you know what? This whole enjoying the sunset alone thing is getting old. There's still heaps to do until I can move down under. You know, the legal side of proper visa and all. So I will be back in Canada to wrap things up. Some unfinished projects. Until then, remember, nature is free. You just have to get there.
I'm so but since I don't have all of my camera gear with me,